to be able to then communicate his Torah to other people. Yeah.
Yeah, so I read in the uncensored version of Gemara Avodah Zarah that JC never really existed. So I wanted to know, like, is that like a true source, or like where does that come from?
No, see, I'm not sure what you're referring to. You are 100% correct. There are a number of censored passages that have been restored that talk about Yashka. They talk about Yashka. I am not aware of any source that says he never existed. There are historians that have made that argument, but I don't think you'll find that in the Talmud. If you could show me that, I'd be interested in seeing it. The Talmud absolutely posits that there was such a person, but it's not clear what date they're placing him. That's the issue. And it talks about why he became an apikoros and why he rejected Torah and his claims to be a Messiah or a prophet. So as far as the Talmud is concerned, he very much did exist. But as I say, there's some question when they date him, which, because, the Christians have him at a certain time in history, and perhaps our chronology has him at an earlier time. But you said you remember saying that he never existed?
Yeah, like someone showed it to me, and he also said that Paul, because at that time the idol worshippers were getting involved with the Jews and everything like that. So they created it to just bring all the pagans away from Judaism.
No, that's true, but you're connecting it to something else, meaning to say there was a man, Jesus. Yoshua was his name. Jesus is just Greek for Yoshua. His name was Yoshua. Yeshua, the Christians like to say, but Yehoshua was his name. And he was a Talmud of the Tanoim. He actually was a Talmud of Rabbi Eliezer. And he did not make a claim to be God. He made no claim of divinity whatsoever. He claimed to be a Mashiach and a false prophet, and he got killed and the like. Now, it is true that many say Paul, after Yashka's death, Paul was the inventor of Christianity as a religion. And there is a medrash, a late medrash, that says that Paul acted for the sake of heaven in order to separate Christianity from Judaism, because the early Christians were all Jews and they were missionizing, and he wanted to make Christianity a separate religion so that it would have no connection to Judaism. So he actually acted for the sake of heaven. Some say it was Paul, some say it was Peter. There are two different versions of that. You see, because the early Christians, who were all Jewish, they kept mitzvahs. The early Christians wore tefillin, they kept Shabbos, they kept kosher, because they looked at Yashka as Mashiach, that's all. It was Paul that made the break in which Christians do not do mitzvos anymore. And some say that was L'Shem Shemayim. But even that story does not deny the existence of a person called Yoshua. Just he didn't have the status of divinity until the time of Paul. Yeah.
This is sort of a